Hi everyone! Welcome to my YouTube art channel. If you already watched the first part of this video, welcome back. This is the second part of a real-time video where I'm drawing in real time and talk and have a chat with you. So I'm finally going to paint this with watercolor. This is my watercolor. The brand is Shinhan, and I also have let me see, I also have gouache. This is the gouache that I use. I don't know if I will be using this gouache or not, we'll see, but for sure I will be using the watercolor. And these are my watercolor brush. It's just the normal Winsor and Newton Portman watercolor brushes. So I'm just trying to look at some of the brush that I might as well be using. I don't think I will go into much detail because it's pretty much already a line art kind of style painting. So yeah, I think I'm just going to use these three brushes. If you can see here, my tiniest brush is it's all 0. This is the tiniest brush that, oh, where is the camera lens? My camera is like upside down, so I have to like think that, oh my god, never mind. But this is the smallest brush that I have. The size is 0,000, so it's very tiny and it's really good for detailing. I love detailing so much, especially around the eyes, but don't think I'm going to do that because, as you can see here, the lines of the ink that I did in the previous video is pretty thick already. So also sorry if the video seems a bit too yellow because pretty much the lighting in my room mostly are yellow, kind of like that warm yellowish kind of tone. So yeah, I do apologize if the video seems a little bit too yellow for your liking, but anyway, let's just get started. I really want to, if I'm able to finish this at least within like 20 minutes, because making videos with DSLR camera takes a lot of space. Like a 15, 20 or maybe 30 minutes of video could take up more than 1 gigabyte. So it's really crazy. I don't mind uploading it on YouTube, but it's just that it takes too much space on my laptop. So let me see. I think I want to just start in with the background first. I hope this will turn out fine. I don't know why, but the paper seems like it's not absorbing the water and the paint that quickly for my liking, because I usually use Canson watercolor paper for painting, either watercolor or gouache, and Canson has a really good quality for quickly absorbing sorry for my grammar, to absorb the water and the paint really quickly actually, and I really like that. But it's taking quite a while with this paper. I don't know, but we'll see the result, if it will turn out great or not. So if you haven't watched the first part of this video, this sketchbook, I bought it at like a really big art event, something like a Comic-Con, something like that, in my local city, and there was this booth of artists, or maybe like a studio. I don't know if it's a small studio of artists. They sell this sketchbook that they made. I mean, the quality is really amazing. I like how they made the book, and it has 20 pages. It's all watercolor, and it is all 300 grams, and that is really good. And I think the price for this book, as I remember, it was around $23 or $24, so it's a really good deal. So when I so when I saw it, I thought that, you know, I have to have this, and I immediately bought it from them. But so far in the first video, it really went well with inking my drawing, but I don't know with this watercolor. We'll see. I'll just see where it goes. I actually want to finish this piece more like a relaxation kind of, you know, kind of feeling. I just want to relax, and I just want to finish this in a really good feeling instead of forcing myself to make it look perfect. I'm having fun. I feel like it's actually quite comforting. Comforting? Wait, is that a word? Comforting? Oh well, whatever. It's quite, you know, relaxing. It's quite relaxing actually for me to just, you know, draw or paint and then talk about whatever I have in my mind. I actually don't really know what I want to talk about. I don't know. I think I want to talk about, oh yeah, I really want to talk about criticism. A lot of people don't really know the difference between criticism and negative comments. You know, I have seen it happen several times to some of my artist friends, to other artists, and also including myself. When people said something and they're like, "Oh, you should just take it. You know, it's a criticism. It's a criticism. It's a critic." Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. English is not my first language. So anyway, yeah, people would like give you comments and they're like, "Oh, you should just take it," and you know, because it's a critic. But the thing is that they don't really know the difference between critic and also negative, just plain negative comments. You know, clearly there's a difference between negative comments and critic. Pretty much negative means, well, you're just being mean. You know, people just being mean or saying something bad about your work or not liking about your work, and then said some, you know, bad words or anything, however you want to call it. But if you're talking about real critic is that like you point out some flaw or some imperfection on a certain work of this artist that you know it could be fixed. So after you point out that flaw or that imperfection of the artist's work, and then you give some opinion, suggestion, or any advice for the artist so that they can fix it, you know. So I could actually go on and on about this, but I suppose that it's pretty clear the difference between, you know, just negative comments and critics. So oh my gosh. It's just that it bugs me, it annoys me quite a lot that people don't really know the difference between, you know, that people are like, "Oh no, you should just take it, that's a critic, you know." Yeah, of course we all need critics in order to be better, to improve, and to build our skills more, know more that there is a huge difference between those two. So for example, you see this work and you notice, like, let's say the eyes are too big, and then you would tell them the creator of that work, for example, like, hey, I think his or her eyes are a bit too big, maybe you can try to fix to make the eyes smaller, or to fix the distance between those two eyes, just for example, you know, instead of, oh my god, the eyes are so big, it looks so weird or ugly or something like that. I mean, there's a total it's really obvious, you know, it's different. Okay, so I stopped the recording there and I pretty much just painted this flower, because again, I just really want to finish this, but not making the whole video too long, because yeah, you know, like I said before. I really hope I can make it in time. I don't want this video to be longer than at least like 30 minutes or so. So yeah. Oh my god, I think that is too much, a little bit too much. So, oh yeah, if you haven't watched the first video, like I said before, that I went to this, you know, PopCon where I bought the sketchbook. I also met Art Germ, Stanley Lau, you know, Art Germ, and also Rostran. I pretty much asked some advice, anything, you know, for them to suggest to me what I can do, and yeah, stuff like that. And they pretty much said the same thing about, like, just keep doing what you love. You will eventually find your own community. You will, you know, you will connect more with your passion. And to be successful, you just have to keep doing what you're passionate about. Pretty much, it's just like that. So it makes me happy to hear that. That means that I have been doing my thing correctly. It's just that sometimes I get into, you know, that state where I wonder if I'm doing the right thing or not. So yeah, it helps me to hear them say that, because the way to success really is about, you know, you have to keep doing what you love. You have to put your focus in that, and you just have to be passionate about it, and you eventually will find your own way. Though it's not easy, because a lot of time, you know, especially artists, actually, I mean, it's not just myself. I know a lot of, you know, my own friends who are artists. They also often have this, you know, gloomy kind of state where, oh my gosh, what am I doing with my life? Is this the right path for me? Am I supposed to be doing this? You know, stuff like that. But yeah, eventually you will find your own way. But I think it's not, you know, being passionate about something really works for pretty much everything, I believe. It's not just about being an artist, as in painting. Anything in the creative industry, you have to be passionate about it. I'm really enjoying painting these tiny fishes around her. It's really fun. So yeah. I think this is might as well the first time I paint watercolor on top of the ink that I use for this one, Sakura. The ink brush that I use for this is Sakura. It's really cheap. It's only like $1, $1.5, so it's really cheap, but the quality is amazing. It lasts long, but except for the brush tip pen, it gets quite rough after a while, and that kind of disappoints me, but I think it's okay. So as you can see, the lighting here gets a bit dark because the window is here on my left side, and it's getting darker outside, and I haven't turned on my lamp table. Trying to paint in again her skin here. It's way too flat before. So anyway, if you don't know, this is my original character. She's a very special character that I am making for an upcoming webcomic and also a book that I'm writing. So recently I have been posting some, you know, small teasers. You can check them out. You can check them out on the links down below on my art blogs, and also tapastic.com, where I like to occasionally post teasers for my webcomic and for my story. Writing a book is hard, and especially also webcomic. You know, you're creating this world entirely from scratch, from your own imagination, and it's difficult. Oops. And it's difficult because you have to create everything from scratch, like the animals, the culture, environment, buildings, the people, any, you know, the design and so on. It's really tough, but I know that I will get a hang of it and I will be enjoying it. So I am so excited for this. I know that I will be enjoying it. It's just that it's going to take some time for me to officially, you know, create the webcomic and post it on Tapastic. But what I'm also really pumped about is the book itself, which will come in the, I don't know how many years to come. I actually just recently had this idea, so yeah, still going to take some time, but that's part of the process, I believe. If any of you are also creating a webcomic or writing a book, I wish all the luck for you and all the success. And if you ever have this kind of gloomy, melancholic state, or if you get stressed out, don't worry, just keep doing, because it happens. It's just part of the process. Okay, so I have this bigger brush here, and I think I want to try, I actually never tried that before, so I'm really interested about trying that wet technique with watercolor. So I want her hair to be, you know, kind of like that galaxy, that, you know, typical galaxy hair, and I want to try that wet technique because I'm usually a sucker for dry watercolor technique, and I really love dry watercolor technique because I always like my colors to be, you know, very vibrant and really opaque. So I'm gonna try to apply that wet technique here, though I don't want it to be too wet because I don't want to mess up the paper. Ooh, I really like how flowy it feels like. Okay, so now I would like to... I don't know why it's not doing what I want it to do. Maybe because I'm just not used to it. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just see how it goes. I think it might as well look good. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's okay. But the paper is starting to get wrinkly and I don't want to make it even more wrinkly than this, so maybe it will get normal again after it dries. So I really hope that. We'll see. But yeah, I really like this. I almost thought that I fuck it up, but nah. It looks pretty okay. I actually want the top of her head to be like really dark, so that the flowers on her head would pop out more, and also the butterflies. Yeah, that's a lot better. And we need to add some darker tones to further separate some of her hair locks. Like so. Yeah, it turns out pretty nice. Yeah, I'm really liking this. I think I might as well do more like wet watercolor technique, because I'm really enjoying this. It's so much fun, and it's like that feeling of, you know, painting feels almost hypnotizing in a really good way. It's kind of like a meditation, I suppose. Sometimes I feel it that way. It feels like a meditation. And actually it could be a meditation. I bet a lot of you know that currently it's a big trend that you might as well see it on the bookstores. A lot of art therapy books, coloring, you know, therapy books, and it's really great. I mean, I think it's cool that if more people would, you know, try to understand art more and use it as a way to heal, or at least to help them calm down any anxiety or depression. Because I mean, even if you're not an artist, who cares, you know, it can really help you. And I feel it that way whenever I paint, especially with watercolor. Somehow that feeling of painting using watercolor suits me so much, and it makes me feel, yeah, it makes me feel really calm, and it feels like as if it's a meditation, because sometimes I'm just too lazy to purposely stop myself doing whatever I'm doing and meditate for real. I'm too lazy for that. And so painting for me is also a way to meditate and to just try to focus, do whatever you are doing. So yeah, it's really nice. And even some people that don't like art, and they might as well have like some you know, issues or mental problems, they would go to psychiatrist, a therapist or a psychologist, and they would have this art therapy, and they kind of like, they fell in love with it. So it's really amazing how art can heal you and make you feel certain ways that you thought that you could never feel. I don't know, I guess it's almost like falling in love, and it's not necessarily have to be romantic love. It could be that, just, you know, that feeling of loving life, to just love whatever you are doing, to just love what you're passionate about, to remember, to remind you some of the things that you used to love and might as well still love, or be at least compassionate about it, or passionate about it, but you forgot it because a lot of this stress and drama that's been going on. And yeah, I don't know, for me art is a way of like helping you to truly look inside and have that inner peace, and to not see any difference in anyone or anything. So yeah, I mean, I might as just well say it, because yeah, I'm very into spiritual, metaphysical kind of stuff. So I personally believe in those kind of things because I experience it myself, and I also see a lot of, you know, evidence from people around me that when they are truly in the moment, in the present, they become so true to themselves, and they don't see any difference in anyone or anything. And it's like suddenly suddenly they get so peaceful with everything. I think it's really important to notice that, to at least understand that, because it really is possible to like heal using art. So I want to try to add some highlights. It's still a bit wet, like white highlights on her eyes, so it doesn't look too scary, as if she's hypnotized or something. And add some highlights on her lips there. And now I would like to add highlights on her hair. I don't know why, but it's not showing up too much. I mean the white gel, or maybe it does. Let me zoom in the camera. Maybe you could see it better that way. And I think I might as well make a tutorial. I actually planned to make this tutorial quite a while ago, either traditionally or digitally. I think I might as well do it digitally. The importance of highlight, because highlighting is very important. I feel like when you're painting, and even though you have been blending in the colors a lot, like with all the shadows, the midtones and everything, somehow it could still look flat. But then once you paint or put in some highlights, suddenly it becomes a whole lot different painting. It looks a lot better. And yeah, highlights is so important. Like, I cannot stress that enough. Highlights is so important. Though again, it depends the environment that you have your character in, and the kind of style that you want to go for. Actually, it depends, but I feel like highlight is so important. It could really make a difference in your painting. It could really help to pop out some parts that you want, that it looks flat, but after you add in some highlights, suddenly it looks a lot better. So yeah, highlights, it's very important. It looks a bit cartoony now, but I might as well edit it later on. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, especially if you have been watching for the whole video, throughout the video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please also check out my other art blogs and follow there if you would like, and also my Tapastic, where I post my teaser that I talked about it earlier. So again, thank you so much. Please like, comment and subscribe if you haven't, and if you want to see some more amazing videos from me. So yeah, thank you so much.